loved anyone but him. Just him. I didn't mean to do that. You're the one I should destroy. Yeah.
With Circe out in the greenhouse, and bringing you in here, Ismene, so I can keep my eye on you. Yes, I know you'll miss the others. Maybe you can visit them when you're in a more agreeable mood. What? Oh, yes, I'll get you some vitamin. You just stay put and stop complaining, really. What's this doing on the floor? Oh, no.
Louise? Oh, Louise, couldn't you help me with these? Louise, didn't you hear me? What's the matter with you, Louise? What are you doing with that thing?
Your portrait?
What about it? Ah! Louise, what have you done? Ruined. Utterly ruined. Oh. Daddy commissioned that portrait of me years ago. It's always been with me. And you've destroyed it.
It was like that when I came in.
No. You're getting even with me.
Mrs. Laney.
You're avenging yourself on me after everything I've done for you.
Why should I do that?
Because I object to your throwing yourself away on that stable boy.
Mrs. Delaney, I didn't touch that painting.
Then why is that poker still in your hand?
I found it on the floor.
Oh, I don't believe you. Oh, you've always envied me.
I wasn't even in the house until just a moment ago.
Where were you?
In the greenhouse.
And who would have done such a dreadful thing?
Then vandals.
No, the front door was locked. I had Carl open it for me when we came in.
They might have come in the back way.
You would have seen them from the greenhouse.
I was so busy trying to keep peace between Circe and Ismene that I wasn't noticing what was going on outside.
You're paid to notice such things. Oh. Is anything missing?
No.
Why? Why would anyone attack a painting?
I don't know. Do you think possibly it could be restored?
No. Look at it.
We could ask the advice of Mr. Sanson.
Oh, no, I don't want anyone to see it like that. It's almost as if I've been assaulted myself. Oh.
Louise, do you
think that lunatic could still be in the house? Oh, no! Oh, the bust of Daddy! They destroyed that, too. Oh, how could they? It's all I had of him. And now it's gone, too. Oh. Rachel sent someone to do this and to destroy my portrait.
Do you think the pieces could be put together again?
Oh, it's been smashed deliberately out of spite.
It doesn't make sense.
I tell you, it's Rachel's doing.
She wouldn't harm that bust of Mr. Corey. She made it herself.
She never wanted me to have it.
You said she and Mr. Corey agreed to let you keep it.
No, Daddy agreed to. Rachel would rather see it in 1,000 pieces than let me keep it.
It's a very serious accusation.
And she won't get away with it. I want you to put on some gloves.
Why?
So the police will not be confused by your fingerprints.
The police?
Yes, call them immediately.
Oh, shouldn't we wait until we know more about what's happened?
We can't do anything more. Now, you do as I say and don't argue with me. Do it.
Very well.
Oh. Oh, Daddy. Oh, how could you have done this to you?
Well, then I'll be in your way.
Oh, we can work it out. I'm so used to you being over there, it wouldn't be the same place without you.
And now, part 2 of Another World.
You're welcome. Would you fellas like some of this good homemade lemonade here?
Just give them another minute to cool.
Okay. Thank you. I just poured your glass.
drank it.
So you did. Well, okay, there's plenty here.
Allie, don't drink too much if you're going to ride Freckles again.
All right, just a little more.
A little more, eh? Okay.
That's a good girl. Okay, I think they're done now. Just roll it up.
Just take one of these ones. Hey, ladies first, huh, Jamie? Come on.
Of course.
For you, man?
Yeah, my brother's taking all the cookies before I get to them.
And for you. You must be eager to see your brothers again.
Sure.
Are you going to stay in Chadwell after the dedication?
I wish I didn't have to go back at all.
I like it on the farm.
Well, you wouldn't if you spent your whole life there.
Well, Alice said we can stay in Chadwell for a couple of days.
I changed your mind now that she'll be in the office so much. Molly, is Alice going into the office every day?
Yeah, sometimes before we go to school.
When did she start doing that?
When Willis went away.
Oh, I didn't know Willis went anywhere.
It came up real sudden.
All right, Brooks. Want some lemonade?
No, thanks. So I just wanted to know when I should plan on driving these young ladies home.
We have to go already?
Well, not unless you want to wait until I pick up Mr. Corey at his office and Mrs. Corey at the studio.
Could I, Grandma?
Well,
Then I could ride some Freckles some more.
okay. But you have to have somebody with you if you ride Freckles.
I'll go with her, Beatrice. Come on, Sally. We'll go put a halter on Freckles. Are you guys coming?
Oh, yeah. I think we'll stay and talk to Molly for a little while, Rocky.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you, Ross.
See you, Brooks.
Oh, Molly, you want to stay for supper?
Oh, well, I'm going out for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I should go home so I can get time to rest first.
Oh, look, don't let me keep you.
Dennis, Mrs. Corey is cooking a special dinner for you and Jamie, so she might not be expecting company.
Oh, it doesn't matter, Beatrice.
Dennis? You staying here all the time now?
No, just lately. What?
You never mentioned your mother.
I hardly ever see her anymore.
I can drive you over anytime you want to see her, Dennis.
Yeah, thanks, Brooks. We'll talk about it.
Dennis, is it true you have a swimming pool in your house?
Well, it's out on the patio, not really in my house.
Well, you know what I mean. I'd love to see it sometime.
You know, Dennis, we could have a swimming party like we did last
Oh,
summer.
I don't know. Mom might have house guests again.
Call her and ask her.
Look, Jamie, I don't want to bother her with
Oh, come on, Dennis. It'd be fun to have a swimming party.
you. You really think it's a good idea?
Oh, sure. Swimming in the moonlight.
Hey, I'll ask Louise about it.
Oh, good.
That was a great idea, Jamie.
I'm sure it was. You know, we can hang lanterns across the pool and invite the whole swimming team.
Yeah, right. Oh, that'd be terrific.
That pool's wonderful. Wait till you see.
Hi, Jill. Well, looks like we've interrupted a party. Hey, Jamie. Here's a little goodie from Ada's kitchen.
Oh, hey, sweetheart.
Where's Nancy?
Oh, Rose Marie took her to the park.
Haven't seen her since a long time.
Well, you do know where we live, right? Hiya, Dennis.
All right. You know Molly Ordway, don't you?
Yeah, well, Raymond's told us a lot about you. Has he?
Yeah, Ray keeps us up to date on things analysis.
You kids been here all afternoon?
No, they were out riding for an hour. Well, anybody reached any decisions about taking these girls home?
Oh, I better go home so I can get ready for my date.
Well, then we better go get Sally because she'll stand Freckles all night if we don't.
See you later, Jamie.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, bye. Brooks, you won't forget to bring Mrs. Corey home early so she can fix the supper.
Oh, no. Mr. Corey mentioned that when he called. Bye, all.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Brooks. Is Rachel really going to cook supper tonight? Oh, yes. I'm going over to Jim's for a little party. Is anything the matter? Well, I was just wondering who was going to look after Sally during the summer.
What are you worried about that for?
Well, Alice has begun to spend a lot of time at the office now.
She has Emma and Molly, doesn't she?
Oh, they'll be going back to Chapel after Molly graduates. Oh, well, Alice will make sure Sally's okay. I wondered if Mrs. Corey would object if Sally stayed here for the summer months. Well, you don't know till you ask her.
It'd be good for Jamie to have company, too, if Iris decides to take Dennis with her on a holiday.
For the board of directors.
Oh, did you tell Miss Macy to alert?
Yes, they're holding the week free until I get back to them.
Yeah, I've let things slide in New York since Rachel was in the hospital. So now I'm going to have some busy days. So are you.
Oh, I don't mind that at all, Max.
Good. I want you to sit in on some of the board meetings.
Oh, but I don't know how to take minutes.
Oh, Miss Macy will do that. I just want you to be more familiar with the way the firm operates. Pat, would it be difficult for you to go on ahead of me to New York?
How far ahead?
Oh, just a day or so. You see, if you and Miss Macy are working together, save me a great deal of time.
Well, of course I can do it. When do you want me to go?
Is tomorrow too sudden?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I know. It's very quick, but as you see, there are a great many things that should be set up for me. Now, look, if this is a problem for you, I'll understand.
No, I don't think it will be.
I know you do have some family matters that you'd probably rather deal with at the moment.
Oh, no. Michael and Marianne are living their own lives now. I have nothing pressing at the moment.
Good. I'm sorry to spring this on you so suddenly.
Well, Miss Bentley warned me it might happen.
Yes. You know, I was hoping Miss Bentley could stay on long enough to take care of this trip to New York, but it's impossible for her, it seems.
Well, she feels the responsibility to care for her mother.
So then you don't mind leaving tomorrow?
No, of course I don't. I just need some time this afternoon to make a plane reservation.
Oh, well, call Miss Vesey at my office in New York. She'll make all the arrangements for you. And also give her a memo for any of your expenses so you can be reimbursed.
Okay, thank you. Do you think she could make a hotel reservation for me, too?
Well, certainly she could, but you can stay in my townhouse. Unless you'd rather not.
Well, thank you.
Well, we have a full staff there anyway. Miss Vesey will be staying there while I'm in New York. It's just more convenient for everyone.
Well, I'll talk to Miss Vesey about it then.
Good. Well, then I can go to New York the day after tomorrow.
Okay. Mac, are you coming back to Bay City before you go to Chadwell for the library dedication?
Well, that really depends on what you and Miss Vesey work out in the way of my appointments, but I really rather doubt it at the moment.
So Rachel going to meet you in Chadwell?
No, she's decided to stay here.
But the mobile unit is going to be named after Jamie. Doesn't she want to be there for that?
Well, see, it's a little awkward, Pat, since Alice is Steve's widow.
Oh, well, I don't think Alice would mind at all.
No, I'm sure she wouldn't, but, well, Rachel and I don't want to remind her of certain things. Anyway, Rachel has lots to do here, you know.
Well, I'm sure you know best. Matt, do you want to go over any of this with me again before I go?
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. No, I'm going to talk to Miss Vesey later, and I'll prepare her to go over that with you.
Okay, well, I guess I better hurry on home and get myself organized.
Okay. I'm sorry to disrupt your life like this.
Oh, not at all. You made my life much more interesting than it's been in many years.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. Say, look, you might want to look this over while you're on the plane. Then you'll know the names of the people that we're going to be seeing.
Oh, okay, good. All right, now, so you just want me to fill in your schedule when I meet with Miss Vesey?
That's right.
Okay.
But keep the evenings free. I'm hoping to get to see some shows and to visit old friends.
3 evenings.
You know anyone in New York?
No.
Oh, I was hoping you might be looking forward to seeing friends there, too.
Oh, don't concern yourself with me, Mac.
Well, we'll have to make sure that you're not bored in the evenings after work.
In New York? I don't think that can happen.
And I don't want you working too hard.
I don't mind working hard. I'm glad to have the opportunity to work with you.
That's very nice of you to say that. I certainly appreciate Dave Gilchrist recommending that we might have a job for you here.
So am I.
He really looks out for your interests, Pat.
Yes. I don't know what I would have done without his friendship in the last few months.
Spooky, huh?
Say,
It's kind of strange to see a room that you've known all your life, practically. Mom left some of Dad's things. Oh, wow.
you shouldn't have come here.
No, it's not that bad, babe. It's hard to believe Marianne and I grew up here.
Don't think about that now, Mike.
Ah, this used to be such a pleasant place to come back to and look at it. My mom and Dad used to give so many parties when I was a kid, right here, right in this room.
Michael, just put all of that stuff out of your mind.
They were happy then.
They will be again.
Yeah, maybe.
glad you can.
Oh, I wish Mary Ann had somebody to talk to.
She might talk to you.
No, that's too painful for her.
She doesn't see Darryl at all anymore, does she?
She says she won't even give him the time of day.
Well, I'm sure Mary Ann will find somebody else.
Not working in my dad's office every night, she won't.
Talk to her about that yet, have you?
I've tried. She can be kind of stubborn.
Seems to me she says the same thing about you.
Yeah. We just don't agree about Mom and Dad, that's all.
Well, maybe you should take her out to dinner or something. You might find it easier to talk then.
She has dinner with Dad every night.
Oh, come on, Mike. He wouldn't mind.
No, I suppose he wouldn't. But Mary Ann doesn't want to talk about it.
Do you?
Yeah, but I don't want to sit there and listen to her blame Mom for everything that's happened.
You haven't talked to Mary Ann today, have you?
I called her several times. There was no answer. Why?
I was just kind of wondering if she's still upset about bumping into your mother and Dave at your grandfather's last night.
No, I imagine she's probably cooled off by now.
She missed her final conference with Ken Palmer today.
She did?
He may flunk her because of it. He was very annoyed.
He talked to you about it?
Hung around the student lounge for over an hour waiting for her to show up. He finally told me that he'd demand an explanation.
Why, isn't that great? The one class that she's doing well in.
She's not doing well in the others.
Oh, I saw her economics grade posted. She barely passed it. English lit wasn't any better.
Come on, Mike, you've got to talk to her about all the time she's spending working for your father.
I'm telling you, she won't listen to me about that, babe.
You want me to talk to her?
No, she would think that I put you up to it.
You'd better explain the situation to your dad.
No. Mary Ann would think I was going behind her back.
You can't let things go on like this.
I was hoping that once her classes were over, she'd come to her senses.
Is she planning on taking any summer courses?
She hasn't said.
I guess you can let it go for a week or two.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what to say to her about it now.
Does your mother know that Mary Ann's failing courses?
No, I haven't told her.
Think maybe you should?
Oh, she's got so much on her mind now with her new apartment, her promotion at the Quarry Complex.
I want to know about this anyway.
Yeah, and it might just make things worse between them.
Come on. Let's get all your stuff packed up and we get back to campus.
Yeah.
Keep your room this summer?
Oh, yeah. I got a lead on the job. And the room goes with it.
And if you don't get the job?
Then I'll work something out. Come on.
You might move back in here, Mike.
No way. Come back and live in a ghost house? I'd rather be anywhere in the world than here. I mean anywhere. I got it. And Liz.
Thank heavens it's you.
What did you expect to find?
Oh, I was driving a strange car. You know, I was in my car and I saw this strange car out in front. I thought someone might have broken in.
No, Aunt Liz, nobody broke in. I came over to pack up some of my things.
Oh, you're moving out.
Yes, I am.
But Michael, you know, your father will probably move back now that your mother's gone.
What makes you think that Dad is going to move back here?
Well, it's only logical.
Yeah, but logic hasn't been his strongest point lately.
Now, please, Michael, don't criticize your father.
Okay. Did Dad say to you that he was going to move back into this house?
No, not exactly.
Well, then why do you think he will?
Mary Ann thought thought he might.
Well, he's got every right to, I suppose.
Well, you don't sound very enthusiastic.
Well, I'm sorry, Aunt Liz. Would you like me to fake a little family enthusiasm?
All right, Michael, now that's just enough of that.
Why do you insist on talking about things that only upset people?
Because I'm trying to help.
It's a little late for that.
I'm trying to remember. Michael, can't you forget the hostility toward your father and try to welcome him back to this house where you all shared all those years?
No, Aunt Liz, I can't.
Well, you could if you moved back here and you saw him every day.
I don't want to see that much of him.
Gonna keep your room in the dormitory, huh?
That depends.
On what?
On what I do this summer.
You'd be better here.
I would rather take a room somewhere.
You can't live like a vagabond.
Yeah, and I can't live here either.
But it might help your mother to come to her senses.
Look, don't start in on my mother, okay?
But don't you see, if there were you and Mary Ann living here, and your father came back, well, then your mother might come back too.
I hope you haven't been telling Mary Ann that.
Oh, why shouldn't I?
Because it would be unfair to Mom to manipulate her into making a decision she doesn't want to make.
Well, I don't think your mother has been very fair to the rest of you.
Mike, you want me to pack your winter things, too?
And I, didn't realize you were here.
She came over to help me pack my things.
Mike, you can store your things in my apartment if you need space.
No, that's okay, Aunt Liz.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Mrs. Mann.
No, wait a minute, please. Are you annoyed with me?
Of course.
I'm sorry if I embarrassed you at Jim's last night.
I wasn't embarrassed.
Well, then why are you avoiding me?
I'm not avoiding.
Yes, you are. Just as everyone else is.
Oh, come on, Aunt Liz.
Now, it is true, Michael. I mean, there's just not one of you that has any time for me.
Aunt Liz, you were with us all at Grandpa's just last night.
I wasn't invited, Mike.
Yeah, I know that.
You know, if I waited for invitations from you, I wouldn't see you very often.
Come on, now you're too sensitive about that.
No, it's just your mother is so busy. She has number one, a new job, and they're just in her apartment. Russ and Charlene just got married, so of course they can't have company. And Alice is very busy with the frames, and she doesn't have time for me.
Now things aren't that bad.
Grandfather is so infatuated with Beatrice, I don't even exist for him.
I like Beatrice.
I'm not criticizing her. I mean, couldn't your grandfather just find time for the rest of his family?
Aunt Liz, he's got his own life to live.
Well, does he have to shut me out of it?
Mrs. Matthews, nothing stays the same in any family.
Glenda's right, and we have to accept those changes that we can't do anything about.
Oh, you are both just so eager to accept them.
Yes, because I want people to be happy.
Well, so do I.
So let them be happy, but let them in their own way.
That's so easy for you to say. I mean, you're both so young. You have your whole future ahead of you.
Yeah, and my mom and dad have their futures, too.
What future? You tell me what kind of future they have. Your father's all alone in his house. Your mother's in a little apartment across town.
It's what they want.
It's not what he wants.
Well, that might be so, but he brought it on himself.
There, Michael. You understand? I can't bear them separating. I have to have past association, even if you do.
Look at this. We shouldn't have even started talking about...
Go back your things and get your clothes.
No, come on, Aunt. Come on. We'll make you some tea.
Tea. Yeah, I saw you grow up here, and your parents were happy here.
I didn't realize this meant that much to her.
She loves you.
Well, she's got a funny way of dealing with us.
Doesn't mean that she isn't hurt by what's going on.
I'm gonna have to take it easier on her from now on.
Come on.
finish up later?
No, come on, we'll take our time here and we'll finish packing my things. Okay? Yeah. I want to check out Mom's flower garden out back, too. She's always working on that whenever I come home.
You still at it, John? Yeah, looks like I'm going to be at it for quite some time, so, Jim. You want me to give you a hand with that? No, I'll be able to manage it just fine, thanks. You sure? Yeah, sure. Besides, Marianne will be in pretty soon. I don't see how she does it, John. Oh, Joy's coming over here after school and working. But she's got final exams this week. She hasn't mentioned anything about it. Well, it's rough on a kid to maintain grades and work all night, every night. She must be doing all right, Jim. Otherwise, she would have said something. Well, maybe you should talk to her about it anyway. You're right. I will. Thank you. Oh, Jim. Listen, I do want to apologize for what happened to you tonight. Oh, there's no need for that. I was going to come in and say hello to you, as soon as I parked the car, but Marianne came out and insisted we leave. Well, she didn't want you to run into Pat. I know. She explained that to me. I hope Marianne wasn't too upset finding Dave and Pat at my house. Oh, no, she just wanted to, save me in an awkward situation. Well, I wouldn't want you to have that either. Well, it's not your fault, so don't you worry about it. Did you have a nice evening? Well, I'd have had a better one if Liz hadn't shown up. In that case, I'm just as glad I didn't come in. She certainly made it clear to Pat that she disapproves of the way she's living now. Well, Pat shouldn't pay any attention to her. How is Pat? Well, she seems all right. She's excited about her job with Mac. She's doing very well over there, isn't she? Yes. And he's given her much more responsibility now.
Excuse me, John. You wanted all of Mrs. Carrington's legal files sent to her attorney in New York?
Yes, that's Keith Morrison. His address should be in that top folder.
Right, I think they're all here.
You better let me look at them just one more time before you send them.
Okay.
Well, I'll say goodnight, John. Listen, you want me to help you with that? No, you run along, Jim. I'll see you in the morning. Right. Good night, Pam.
Good night, Jim. I've relabeled the folder since Iris doesn't want to be referred to as Mrs. Delaney.
Well, Morrison is probably still carrying her under the name of Carrington. He's done very little work for her recently.
Well, I'll include a note to explain it, just to be sure.
Oh, good. Oh, you might call Scott Bradley and see if he's got any of her files remaining over there at his office.
Wouldn't you rather talk to him about it yourself?
Oh, Pam, he's Pat's attorney now, and I just feel a little uncomfortable talking to him.
Of course. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Hello, this is Pam Sloan in Mr. Randall's office. Is Mr. Bradley still in? Oh, good. Can I speak with him, please? Oh, that's right. I'll hold on. Thank you.
Ma'am, you might ask Scott if he has the original copy of the trust agreement that was set up, that Iris had set up, at least for Dennis.
Right.
I can't find it anywhere.
Hi, Scott. This is Pam.
Wow. Hello. Don't see much of you these days.
Yes, it's kind of hectic around here.
What can I do for you?
Well, John wonders if you have a copy of the original trust fund that Iris set up for Dennis.
No, that was among the papers I sent over when he agreed to represent Iris.
Well, he says it's not here.
Oh, Pam, never mind. I found it here.
It's all right, Scott. He just found it.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, we're sending Iris's files to Mr. Morrison in New York, and we wanted to know if there was anything left in your office that you wanted to send along with him.
No, our files are clear. Now, wait a minute, Pam. Are you saying that John is definitely no longer Iris's attorney?
Yes, she's decided to use the New York firm to handle everything for her.
I see.
It's really better for both of them since John and Robert are such close friends.
Yeah, I understand that, but does Keith know that he's getting all this material?
Well, we're just following Iris's instructions. Why?
Well, I talked to Keith earlier today, and he said that he wasn't planning on taking on any new clients.
Well, do you think I should delay sending Iris's files then?
Well, look, let me check on this, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, all right?
Oh, right. Okay, thank you, Scott. Oh, I should be here another hour or so, and John will be here even later. Right. Okay, thanks again. Bye-bye.
Some problem about it?
Well, Scott seems to think that Mr. Morrison isn't taking on any new clients right now.
Well, he and Iris are old friends.
Perhaps he doesn't want to get involved with your legal business.
Well, he's handled some of it all along. I don't think he'd even consider it to be a new account.
Well, even if he does, I'm sure that Iris will manage to get her own way about it.
Well, at least we don't have to concern ourselves about her.
Hello, Daddy.
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
Marianne, hi, how are you? I'm fine. Got a lot of filing for you to do. Well, that's what I'm here for. John, I'll wait for that call from Scott in my office.
Honey, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'll stay.
Well, I thought you didn't want to speak to Scott.
Oh, well, maybe I'm just being a little oversensitive about it.
Look, I have nothing to do this evening, so I'll take it to my office. See you later, Marianne. Daddy, is Scott giving you a bad time?
Oh, heavens, no, it's just a business matter, that's all. Although I am a little uncomfortable talking to him since he is your mother's attorney.
Oh, I know how you feel.
Before you get buried into your files now, tell me, how was your day? How did it go?
Oh, it was okay.
I understand this is exam week.
That's right.
How have you done so far?
Well, I'm all through with mine. I had, I squeaked through English literature and economics.
What else do you take?
Well, there's Ken Palmer's course and some other...
You don't have to take a final in that, do you?
No, we submit our portfolios for that one.
Well, have you done that yet?
Yes, but it wasn't complete.
Has he given you a verdict?
No, I'm supposed to have a conference with him today, but I didn't make it.
Why not?
You know, it's funny. It just suddenly didn't seem very important to me.
Well, honey, you were excited about taking that course.
I know, it was fun at first.
You're not doing so well in it now?
Well, gee, I hope I am, because I do need a high grade from him in order to pull up my average.
You shouldn't be coming in here now if you've got studying to do.
Now, Daddy, I'll be all right. But don't you worry. I think it's more important that Pam and I clear up all that backlog in your files. Because if we don't, you'll never get ahead of yourself. Now you just finish what you're working on and let me do what I have to do.
Max, I didn't know you were busy.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. Come on in.
You sure this can wait?
No, Pat and I are just going over some final plans for our trip to New York.
Okay, I just heard something I thought you might like to know.
Well, what's that?
Pam called. She said that Iris has instructed John's office to forward all her legal files to Keith in New York.
Yes, well, I assumed that Iris would get another attorney. She's been very irritated with John lately.
For what?
Well, for one thing, he canceled an appointment he had with her because of some crisis at Frame Industries, I think.
Well, Marianne has said that he's so busy he can't handle everything.
Well, Pam implied it was because Robert and John are such close friends.
Well, whatever. I'm sure Iris has her own reasons for it.
I'm not questioning her reasons.
Oh? Then what's the problem?
Well, you asked me to check with Keith to see if he'd take her as a client.
Yes, that's right. I assumed that he had.
Oh, no, he was quite firm about saying that he's not taking on any new clients now.
Wow. He might have changed his mind later.
You don't suppose that Iris talked to him, do you?
I wouldn't be at all surprised. She usually takes advantage of such friendships.
Listen, I'm supposed to get back to Pam about forwarding the stuff, so I was wondering if I should call Keith first.
No, I should take care of that, Scott. You better add Morrison's name to the list of people I'll need to see in New York.
Okay, and I'll mention that to Miss Vesey when she calls.
Thank you.
Do you think that you should talk to Iris before you see Keith?
I'd rather Keith talk to her directly.
Well, she could become quite a nuisance to John if there's any delay in forwarding those files to New York.
Yes, you're right about that. I had better take care of it.
Do you want me to get her for you now?
Would you please?
Sure.
And explain the situation to Miss Vesey when she calls you later tonight.
All right.
Mac, will Pat be with you the whole time you're in New York?
Yes, that's right. She'll be staying at my townhouse if you need to get in contact with her.
No, I don't think that'll be necessary.
You are giving legal advice about domestic problems, aren't you?
Oh, sure, yeah, but John's been most cooperative, and I don't think there's going to be any problem.
Oh, fine. Yes, Pat?
Excuse me, but I called Iris and Louise said that she's gone to New York.
When?
Just a couple of hours ago, Mac.
Louise say why?
No, all she said was it was something personal.
Did she tell you where she's staying?
No, Louise doesn't seem to have many of the details either.
Well, if Louise doesn't know, that means Iris doesn't want anyone to know. I wonder what she's up to now.
Of another world.
Oh, Charlene and Emma have taken Sally for a walk down by the brook.
Oh, you want to go down and take a look for her?
Let's stay here and talk.
Okay. Do you mind if I make myself a drink?
Oh, please do.
You want something?
No thanks. Why you haven't told me how the house hunting is coming along?
Well, it hasn't even started, actually.
Oh? Is Charlene interested?
Yeah, but I think you spoiled her for it, I'm afraid.
Me? What do you mean?
Well, after living here, she won't settle for anything less.
She really wants to take care of a big house like this?
Oh, I think it'd be great for her to have a lot to keep her busy. You know, she never did live in a house of her own. Staying here before we got married convinced her that she should.
Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think I've had it with bachelor apartments.
Well, she told me she wasn't going to continue working.
Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that, too, because I don't think she was ever happy working.
But she's always worked, even before Floyd was killed in Vietnam.
Well, I suppose she's talked more to you about that than she has me.
She did when she first came to stay here, but, well, after she met you, she didn't talk about those days very much.
It could have been very pleasant years for her. It's good that she's forgetting them.
Well, I can understand her not wanting to talk about it. I don't like to think of the time when Stephen died either. Excuse me. Oh, Aunt Liz, hi.
I know I should have called, but I just took a chance you might be home.
Oh, you're always welcome. You know that. Say hello to Russ.
Oh, Russ. Marvelous. I should seldom get a chance to see you if you're wrong.
You have a very short memory.
What?
Well, you've seen me several times privately at the hospital this week.
Oh, but I'm always on volunteer duty, and you're at the mercy of that schedule.
That's what hospitals are like.
I just wish we were that same close-knit family we used to be.
Well, we're still very close, Aunt Liz.
No, Pat is making a mess of her life. Jim is deserting us for Beatrice.
Liz, I really think we should drop both of those subjects.
You see what I mean? We're drifting apart. The two of you pretend it's not happening.
Come on in, Daryl.
Is this company?
Daryl, hi. This family. Say hello to my aunt and my brother.
Hi, Miss Matthews. Dr.
Hello, Daryl. I'm fine, thank you, just fine.
Hello, Miss Matthews.
Excuse me.
Well, how was the picnic?
Just fine. So many people there, I couldn't keep them straight.
Did you have a lot to eat?
Yeah, but we played so many games, I'm hungry again.
Oh, we'll have to have a special dinner then.
You think Daryl could stay for supper?
Well, of course he can.
Thanks, Alice.
Oh, you're welcome. Let's put some music on, Daryl.
Oh, good idea.
Russ, can't you and Charlene stay too?
Oh, is Charlene here?
She and Emma have taken Sally for a walk.
Oh, well, I guess I better be going back to my...
Oh, come on, you'll have dinner with us, won't you?
You really want me?
Of course I do.
Why don't we call Dad and we'll make a family evening of it, huh?
Oh, good idea. I'll do that right now.
Oh, well, he may have made plans with Beatrice.
Oh, he has. They're both welcome here. After all, they're Sally's grandparents, and they're an important part of the family, too.
Hey, honey. You worried about something?
No, I'm not worried exactly.
Come on now, what is it?
Actually, I was wondering, Daddy, did you really mean it about when you said you would move back into the house again?
Well, yeah, sure. I think I meant it when I mentioned it to you, but... Well, now I'm really not so sure.
Daddy, you said you would.
Oh, I know, but... I'm not sure I can live there all alone, Marianne.
Well, why don't we go over the house now and cook supper there?
Oh, honey, there isn't any food over there.
Well, we can buy something on the way.
Marianne, it really isn't a very good idea.
Does it really bother you that much?
Oh, I just can't face walking into that house when it's half empty like that.
Well, Daddy, if I go with you, it'll be a lot easier.
Really means that much to you?
Yes, it does. Daddy, I want you where you belong. Well, look, we could even cook outdoors like we used to when Michael and I were kids.
myself a deal.
Good. John?
Oh, Pam, did Scott Bradley call you back?
Yes, he spoke with Mac, and he's coming by to pick up Iris's files.
Well, it's kind of a nuisance for him, isn't it?
Well, he has some other things that he has to send on to Mr. Morrison in New York, so he'll just send Iris's files with him.
Well, fine. That takes care of that. They're over there.
Oh, I'll tie him up for him.
Pam, you don't have to wait here for that if you don't want to. I can take care of it.
Oh, I told Scott that I'd wait.
Well, don't you usually have a call from Vic about this time of evening?
Well, if I'm not home, he'll call back.
How's he doing anyway?
Fine. He's got another job.
Oh, in Washington?
No, he decided to settle in Baltimore.
Oh, man, that's a lovely city.
Yeah, he's asked me to join him there.
Are you going to do it?
What, think you short-handed here?
Oh, now that is no consideration, and you know it.
Well, maybe not, but there are other considerations that I have to think through first before I make any decision.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Scott. How are you? You keep some pretty long hours here. Hello, Marianne. Scott, Marianne is coming in here every day after school and helping me out. Oh, it's good to see you again, Marianne.
Thanks.
Marianne and I are going over to our house and have a cookout. So Pam will explain to you about Iris's file. Marianne, let's go.
Sure.
Pam, I'll see you in the morning.
Good night, John.
Good night. I'll see you later. Take care.
Good night, Pam. Good night, Marianne.
Good night, Marianne.
I think it's safe to say that that young lady resents me just a little bit.
But it's only because you're her mother's attorney.
I guess I should expect that. By the way, thank you for waiting for me.
Oh, you have saved me the job of packing these up and taking them to the post office.
Wow. Say, is John terribly concerned about losing Iris as a client?
Well, I don't think so, but, you know, Scotty's going to lose a lot of other clients if he doesn't get another attorney in the firm to help him.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, he comes in early every morning and works late every night.
You've been working some pretty long hours yourself, it seems.
Well, I don't have anything else to do with my time right now.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I can remedy that.
Now, how would you do that?
How about dinner tonight?
Well,
I know you weren't too eager to, except the last time I asked you.
and I'm sorry about that, Scott.
No, that's quite all right. You were very honest about being involved with somebody else.
Well, things have changed since then.
They have. Then you will have dinner with me tonight.
Thank you. I'd be very happy to.
Well, we should be flattered that you found the time to spend with us.
I like being at Alice's.
Well, you're usually so busy with Beatrice.
Well, Beatrice couldn't get away from the Corys tonight. I wasn't looking forward to a lonely evening.
Some of us have had to get used to it.
Well, Emma says dinner will be ready in just a minute. Meantime, can I get anyone a fresh drink, Liz?
Dr. Reese.
No line.
Let's ask Mr. Matthews.
Oh? Ask me what?
Molly, this isn't the place to talk about.
Daryl's been talking about getting a summer job.
All right. Well, what kind of a job do you have in mind?
It doesn't matter, really, as long as it has a decent salary and keeps me busy.
Can you type?
No, sorry.
You might think about getting a job at the hospital as an orderly.
I don't think I'd be too good at that.
You don't think so?
Well, maybe Alice will know about something.
Frame Enterprises might have some temporary jobs this summer.
Who would I speak to about that?
Willis Frame. But Dad, he's still in California. Yeah.
Well, do you know when he'll be coming back?
No, nobody does, apparently. Another idea, you might talk to Charlene. I think she's going to be leaving Carol Lamont soon.
That's the architect, right?
Yes. And you have a talent for drawing. You might work in very well there. As a matter of fact, why don't you talk to Charlene soon? Because Carol will probably want to replace her quickly now and get someone permanent later.
Well, why is Charlene quitting her job?
Well, we're going to get a house, settle down, and raise a few kids.
Well, Charlene's outside with Sally now. Why don't you go talk to her, Daryl?
Yeah, I think I will. Excuse me.
Molly, would you tell me something?
What is it?
Is Daryl still seeing Marianne?
Oh, I don't think so. She's been very busy.
You're not letting yourself get serious about him, are you?
What do you mean?
Well, you'll have to go back to Shadwell, I understand.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of getting a job here to myself and then maybe starting Bay State in the fall.
Oh, well, then, of course, you'd stay in a dormitory. You wouldn't be staying with Alice.
Aunt Liz Molly is welcome to stay here as long as she wants.
Oh, Alice, you can't take on all these extra responsibilities.
Now, Liz.
Well, she can. I mean, she has the office all day and Sally in the house, and she just can't keep adding things to it like this.
You let her work it out for herself. She's doing a great job already without your advice.
You want to take all the rest of that stuff now?
I don't think so. I gotta call Mom and make sure it's cool to leave it here, though. All right, I'll give her a call. Hi, Mom. I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm just fine, darling. What are you doing?
Glenda and I are at the house. I just packed a lot of my things. But what I want to know is it okay if I leave some out here for a while?
Well, it's okay with me, sweetheart. Guess what? I'm packing, too.
Packing for what?
I'm going to New York tomorrow.
Why?
Well, I'm going on business for Matt Corey. I'm going to set up some appointments and business things for him.
Well, that's exciting. What time are you going to leave?
I don't even know that yet.
Oh, well, maybe I can give you a lift to the airport.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. But Dave offered to do that.
Okay, well, have a nice trip. Call when you get back. No, I think we'll be okay. All right. Bye, Mom. Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Dad.
Want me to give you a hand with that, Marianne? Oh, no, I can manage.
Was that your mother you were speaking to just now?
Yeah.
Did I hear you say something about a trip?
Yeah, she's going to New York on business for Matt Corey.
Oh. Well, she's moving up in that company, isn't she?
Yes, she is. That's something that we should all be proud of. Let me get this stuff out of your way.
Why, you moving your things out?
Yeah, I thought the house should be empty in case you and Mom decide to sell it.
The house isn't going to be sold, Mike.
You're moving back in?
Yeah. I hope you'll come over here whenever you want to. After all, it's your house, too.
Well, I won't have much time. I'll be looking for a job.
Say, we could use some help in my office.
It's not a very good idea.
Why not?
Look, I don't really want to go into it right now. Glenn and I have to get back to campus. We better get this stuff in the car.
Oh, here, let me give you a hand.
It's all right. We can manage it. I'll come back later for the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, why don't you start the barbecue for it? Mike?
Daddy, did Michael leave?
Yeah. Yeah, he and Glenda had to get back to the campus.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they would stay to supper.
It seems that Michael would rather be almost anywhere these days, except for my company.
Daddy, I'm sorry about that. But I promise I'll make up for Michael, okay? Hey, why don't you make yourself a drink now and I'll fix a marvelous supper, okay? I love you, Daddy.
each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World. And on most of these same stations, stay tuned for romance, suspense, and drama on Somerset. And now, for the next 60 minutes, the continuing story of Another World. The first part of Another World is brought to you by Bounce, the fabric soft.
Take my offer or leave it.
Okay, well then I'm going to have a few conditions of my own.
No? What?
Well, first of all, I can't leave my boys with my sister.
I'll pay her to take care of them for you.
No, she's tired of having everyone underfoot.
How old are you boys?
10 and 8.
Have they ever been away from you before?
Sure, they went to camp last summer.
All right, well, they'll go to camp again this summer.
Where?
We'll find a place for them.
You paying for that, too?
Oh, did you want to pay for it?
Me? No.
No, I didn't think so. All right, Al, what are your other conditions?
Well, I don't want to be staying in some dump.
I've got somebody reserving a hotel suite for you.
Oh, sweet.
That's right. Best hotel in Bay City.
You're a step ahead of me, all the way.
Yeah, you bet I am. Now I'm going to make some plane reservations for us, all right?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to need some time to get some clothes.
There's shops in Bay City, you know.
Well, okay, but I'll need cash.
Don't worry about it.
Why are you going to all this trouble?
Because we're both good. Listen, I'm not going to tell you, so quit asking, will you?
Then why should I trust you?
Because you're going to benefit from it. That's why.
Oh, I'm going to benefit and you're going to benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would you mind telling me how you're going to do that by treating my boys to camp and me to new clothes and a hotel suite?
That's the way I'm going to do it, all right? You just don't quit asking, do you? You don't stop.
No, I don't. This has something to do with Alice Frame, doesn't it?
Why do you ask that?
She's, more than just your sister-in-law, isn't she?
No, she's not even that anymore.
Oh, but you'd like her to be.
Listen, I didn't come all the way here to answer your questions.
Well, I'm just, trying to figure things out.
Yeah, well, you keep those opinions to yourself when you get to Bay City. You understand?
I haven't said that I'm going there yet.
How long are you going to keep me on the hook?
Until I make sure that I'm not going to take the rap for something.
Well, you have a high opinion of me, don't you?
Yeah, about as high as yours of me.
Well, then we ought to get along real well together.
Not until you tell me why you want me in Bay City.
Okay, Olive, I'll tell you.
You're, sweet on this girl that Ray's interested in.
No, I have my own girl.
Huh. Then, what is it?
I want to protect the business that my brother left behind.
Frame Enterprises.
That's right. It was Steve Frame Enterprises once. Someday soon it's going to be Willis Frame Enterprises.
Oh.
You can help me do that.
I see. You'll help me to get my husband back, and I'll help you to get your name on that letterhead.
Right.
Okay. It's a deal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, you bet it is. I'll tell you what, I'll make a few phone calls and see if I can find a summer camp for the kids, all right?
No, wait a minute. I think that the boys should be with me.
Or you just agreed to send them to summer camp?
No, I didn't. You suggested it, but I didn't agree to it.
Why not?
I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with Ray without the boys.
Well, they'll just be in the way.
He's going to wonder where they are.
Well, tell him.
Oh, sure, so that he can fly out there and maybe take them away?
Oh, he won't do that.
He might. His mother said he misses them a lot.
It's going to be pretty tough for you being saddled with the kids in Bay City, you know.
I don't want to do anything to risk losing them.
They mean that much to you?
They're the only means I have for getting Ray back.
Why don't you send them out of the country until Ray makes up with you then?
Where?
Well, I saw some ads for summer camps in British Columbia.
Sure. Only rich people send their kids there.
Rich, huh? How rich is rich?
Do you mean that?
Well, of course. We just made a deal, didn't we?
Okay, I'll find out how much it is and you can write me a check.
No checks. I'll make out a money order and send it for you, all right?
Okay. Listen, can I have some money for Doris?
What for?
Well, she's been taking care of us for weeks without my chipping in. $500?
500. $3.
Hey, you're not going to get chintzy on me all of a sudden, are you?
I know when people are taking advantage of me.
She's going to wonder what's going on.
Let her.
The boys are going to be writing to her from summer camp.
So what?
So if she's angry with me, then she'll just tell Ray where they are.
Oh, $500 will keep her quiet? Is that it?
She may want more.
More, huh? Well, I think maybe I better just have a talk with her then.
No.
What's the matter? You afraid that I'll find out that she doesn't want any part of that money?
She's been giving me a really hard time about the guy that I left Ray for.
Oh. And she'll think I'm the replacement?
I'm going to have to tell her something.
Well, you can take care of it, I'm sure. Just don't double-cross me.
Ray's going to find out where I am.
He'll know soon enough anyway.
Does he know that you're in California?
No, what? I don't know.
Well, he can put two and two together, you know.
Well, I'm here for other reasons anyway.
Business?
No, family reasons, but that doesn't concern you.
I don't know. I think this might be too risky. I mean, both of us landing in Bay City at the same time.
Well, we met on the plane.
Ray's too smart to fall for that.
Okay, we'll take separate planes then.
Am I going to see you in Bay City?
Only at first.
Then how can I be sure that you're going to continue to pay my hotel bill?
Well, Olive, I guess you'll have to trust me.
That's going to be easy.
Well, thank you. Listen, I've already made a reservation for you in the hotel.
Under what name?
I didn't give a name.
Don't you have to do that?
Well, we'll work it out. I don't think we should use your married name anyway.
You want me to use a phony name?
No, what's your maiden name?
Springer, Olive Springer.
All right. I'll have the reservation made for O. Springer.
Ray knows what my maiden name is.
I'm sure he does. But Ray isn't the one I'm worried about.
Oh, you may not be, but I am. How am I going to explain where the money's coming from to pay for a fancy hotel suite?
Well, that's your problem. I'm sure you'll figure something out, won't you?
Maybe we should go ahead and order. Well, I'm in no hurry. How about you, Beatrice?
Oh, well, I don't think I should be too late tonight.
Well, I thought you said that Louise was helping out at the Corys.
Well, she is, but I don't want to take advantage of her generosity.
Well, I'm sure it's no chore for her as long as Rocky's there.
Are you sure Alice plans to join us?
Yeah, she said she'd be here just as soon as she finishes up some things at the office.
Well, it's been over an hour.
Well, perhaps we should call the office.
No, Jim. Alice had called us if she couldn't make it.
Sometimes people get so involved in what they're doing that they forget.
Look, why don't we just relax and enjoy ourselves?
It's hard for me to relax, not knowing what's happened to Alice.
Ray, maybe we should call her, okay?
Look, I don't want Alice thinking we're checking up on her.
Actually, I'm worried about Sally. Maybe she's alone in the house.
Emma's there.
Is she? Did Alice tell you that?
Mom, Alice wouldn't leave Sally alone.
Still, I'd like to call and make sure.
All right, I'll do it.
No. You stay and talk to Jim. I'll call her. No. I'll be right back.
Looks like I lost that round again, as usual.
Well, your mother worries too much about such things.
Well, she always did. It's getting worse now, though.
Yeah, she talked to me about it before you got here.
She doesn't say much to me. I get a little too impatient with it.
That's not the way to deal with it, Ray.
Yeah, I know it isn't, but, well, I can't restrain myself sometimes.
Right now, she's concerned about Sally flying to Chadwell for the dedication.
Sally will be surrounded by Emma's relatives there.
I know, but I suppose your mother feels she has a fear of losing her now that she's finally found her.
That's very understanding of you, Jim.
Your mother's had a difficult life. Makes me kind of want to protect her, I guess.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, but, you know, you mustn't let her worry too much about things she's not responsible for.
She's afraid that Sally will be alone too much this summer, while Alice is working in the office.
See, I'd hoped she'd relaxed more about those kind of things now that she's working for the Coreys.
Well, it's hard to break habits like that.
Yeah. Olive and I used to argue about Mom's concern for Curtis and Henry.
Well, then this shouldn't surprise you.
No, but it creates problems. Eventually, Olive and Mom wouldn't have anything to do with each other, and that wasn't good for the boys either.
But your mother cares a great deal what happens to your sons.
Yeah, I know she does. Yeah, much of it was Olive's fault. She tends to use the boys to get what she wants.
Couldn't you... Well, let me ask you this. Have you talked at all with Curtis or Henry lately?
Olive makes that practically impossible.
How do you mean?
She won't call him to the phone to speak with me. I'm not even sure she lets him see the cards and letters I send him either.
I can't imagine a mother treating her children like that.
Well, she realizes she has a very effective weapon in them.
How do you mean?
She can use them against me. But I'm not about to let her do that.
Couldn't you bring the boys to Bay City for a visit?
Not if Olive's with them.
What about you going to California to see them?
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that after the library dedication ceremonies in Chadwell, but Olive would just take them someplace else if she knows I'm going there.
Oh, here's Alice.
Hi, Dad. I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's all right. We were just chatting together about things.
Hi.
Hi. Did you get everything taken care of at the office?
Well, I left some things until morning. Isn't Beatrice here yet?
She's going to make a phone call.
Why don't we put you here between us?
Oh, fine, thanks. Thank you.
Beatrice was wondering if you were going to join us after all.
Well, I was on my way out when Willis called.
Did he tell you why he was in California?
No, just that it was something personal. But I did tell him that you're advising me now.
Maybe you should have waited until he got back.
Well, I didn't want him to think that I'd drawn you into Frame Enterprises behind his back.
How'd he react?
Actually, I was surprised. He said he thought it was a good idea, and he hopes to be able to work with you himself on certain things. So, we'll see. Oh, Dad, it's about time we got together for dinner, isn't it? Yeah, he certainly is. You gonna take him on? I don't know. I really hate to train someone who has to go back to school in the fall. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, hello, Daryl. Could you continue working in the fall if I arranged your schedule around your classes? Oh, you could? Well, all right. How about if you come in day after tomorrow? Yeah, that would be fine. Oh, shall I get that? Yeah, I'll talk to Daryl about his salary. Yeah, just don't make it bigger than mine. Oh, right.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Oh, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Carol's interviewing my replacement over the telephone.
Oh, well, we don't want to interrupt that, do we, huh? You about finished soon?
Uh-huh. Very soon.
Good, then we can go out for dinner, huh?
Well, Emma wants us to come over there.
Why, is it a farewell party?
No, just the three of us and Sally.
Where's Alice?
Alice is having dinner with your father and Beatrice.
Uh-huh. And Molly?
Molly has a date with Daryl.
Oh, well, then we get Emma all to ourselves before she leaves tomorrow, huh?
That's right. Charlie, you can bring Russ in. Oh, okay. Are you all finished with Daryl? Yes, everything's settled. Hello, Russ.
Hi, Carol.
We should give Daryl some background material. Ah, you're right. I'll take care of it so you and Russ can take off. Okay, I'll just finish up these things. Lamont Associates.
Well, well, if it isn't a virtuous Mrs. Matthews.
What do you want?
Can't you say hello?
Hello.
Hi. Oh, and greetings from your old friends in San Diego. Hope to see you soon.
Cut it out.
Chuck and Lou just can't believe that you've gone respectable.
Charlie, who's that? It's for you.
Honey, what's the matter?
I'll explain it to you later. Let's go. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye, Russ.
Goodbye, Carol.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on there anyway?
Willis, I should have known it was you.
Have a name. Everyone has it. Very nice to make your acquaintance. I'm Louise. Who are you? Oh, come on now. You must have a name. Everyone has a name. No? All right, don't tell me who you are. I'll ask Rocky. Oh, he doesn't know either. My, you are a secretive little thing, aren't you? Must remind Beatrice that you need a good grooming every day.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, you got it? You want me to help you?
No, this is fine.
All right. I want it over there on the other side of the room.
Oh, between the windows.
Yes, that would be great.
Very good.
Out where the...
Louise.
Oh, hello, Louise. You scared me. I didn't see you there.
Oh, I was just talking to one of your plants. Oh, don't tell me. You're not taking away Jamie's beautiful head.
No, we just give him a little change of scenery.
I see.
There. That's all right.
Yes.
Is that too heavy for you?
No.
Oh, it's fine. Here we go.
Thank you.
That's it. There's a different view from here.
Yes.
This way. There. Good. Oh, you don't need this here now, though, do we?
Oh, let me have that.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, fine.
Thank you. Well, what do you think?
It's just wildly effective.
Thank you, Louise.
It is rather splendid, isn't it?
Thank you, Brooks.
Quite.
Well, Louise, I didn't expect you to be here this evening.
Oh, I told Beatrice I'd serve dinner since she was going out.
You didn't have to do that. I could have served dinner.
I like having something to do with Mrs. Carrington in New York.
Oh, you shouldn't sacrifice your free time for us.
Actually, Rocky thought I might help him cheer up Dennis.
Oh, is Dennis in a bad mood?
He seemed despondent since his mother went away.
Oh, Mac and I'll have to do something special with the boys tonight, then.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Corey.
Yes.
Mr. Corey said he'll be working late
Oh.
to finish off some things before he takes his trip tomorrow.
Oh, I do hope you'll be staying long enough to see Dennis receive his gold medal for swimming.
Oh, we wouldn't miss that for anything.
I'm glad. Dennis is upset enough that his mother won't be here for it.
Yes, he gave me her ticket.
Brooks, did Mr. Corey give you any idea when he might be home?
No, he didn't say, but he assured me he'd be here for dinner.
I'll go set the table.
Louise, let's have it out on the terrace. It's such a beautiful evening.
Of course.
Shall I light the hurricane lamp?
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Mrs. Corey, shall I plan on serving everyone together?
Yes, I'd like us to wait for Mac.
I'm afraid Dennis and Jamie are hungry already.
Oh, dear. Well, you better serve them. Now, then.
All right, the boys can have their supper with Brooks and Rocky.
Yes, fine. I should go alert them.
Okay.
Oh, Brooks, they're out in the stable with Rocky.
It's fine.
Brooks, thank you for helping me with the sculpture.
Oh, not at all. You're most welcome. Excuse me.
Mrs. Corey, would you like anything while you're waiting?
No, thank you, Louise. Actually, I think I'm going to make a phone call. Thank you. it's all right, Louise. I'll get it. You go on with dinner. Hi, Mom. Hi. I'm not sure you'd be home. I just got here. Come on in.
Hey, Rachel.
Oh, what brings you two over here?
Now, Louise asked us to come over to discuss this party she's throwing for Dennis.
What party? Don't you know about it? Nobody's mentioned it to me. Well, Louise and Rocky are giving a party over at Iris's house. Oh. Well, Iris is in New York. Yeah, well, that's the idea. Well, they could have given a party here.
Well, it's supposed to be a surprise for Dennis.
Whose idea was that? Jamie's. He thought a swimming party would be fun. Oh. Well, am I invited?
Well, I thought you were driving Mac over to the airport tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, we are, as soon as Dennis gets his gold medal.
So Ada and I will help Rocky and Louise chaperone the affair.
Well, good. Come on, sit down and have a visit before I call Louise. Well, we can't stay long, honey. Angie is sitting with Nancy. We'll sit down anyway. Is it going to be a big party? How big is it? Well, Jamie's inviting all the people. And it's a surprise for Dennis.
Yeah, it's to celebrate his getting that medal.
Oh, gosh, I wish I could be there. Well, why can't you go over after Mac takes off? Well, I don't think it's a good idea for me to go over to Iris's house.
Ada and I'll be there with you.
No, I'd rather not, thanks. I think I'll go back over to the studio and finish up some work over there. How come you're home so early? Well, I thought I'd surprise Mac by coming home early with a piece of sculpture I just finished. I didn't realize, of course, that he'd be working late at the office. Oh. Yeah, well, you two ought to try to work things out a little bit better. It's not so bad. We're both getting very used to the bohemian lives artists lead. Oh, I wish that Sally wouldn't wear dresses when she's climbing trees.
Emma?
Oh,
Hi.
I'm here.
I brought some company home.
Oh, well, so I see. Well, Beatrice, Jim, Emma.
How are you, Emma?
I'm just fine, thanks. Raymond, I was hoping I'd get to see you before I leave.
Well, I'm glad Alice asked me.
Oh, I hope I didn't disturb you when I called earlier this evening.
Oh, no, not at all. I was just mending a dress of Sally's.
Well, I just got her this one.
Well, that doesn't keep her from climbing trees in it.
Oh, she shouldn't do that, especially in a dress.
I can't stop her if I don't see her.
Well, she could fall down and break an arm or something.
Actually, she's very good at it, Beatrice.
We had the same trouble with Alice.
Guess somebody have to keep an eye on her when she's outdoors.
Well, it's practically impossible. Well, come on, let's all sit down.
Beatrice?
Beatrice, you know, I used to worry about that myself until Ray convinced me I was just making too much of it.
I understand. Where is Sally?
Oh, Darryl and Molly took her for a drive along the bay.
Then you're all alone here.
Oh, no. Russ and Charlene are out taking a walk by the brook.
Oh.
Is Darryl a safe driver?
He seems like a dependable boy.
Sometimes young people don't drive carefully.
Now, Beatrice.
It's true, Jim.
You should have heard Mom when Charles and I got our learner's permit.
I know. I made a fuss. I just couldn't help it.
Nobody'd ever learn to do anything if we didn't trust them to be by themselves now and then. Sally will be all right. She'll be perfectly all right with Darryl and Molly. Well, here's my new daughter-in-law. How are you, Charlotte?
Oh, I'm just fine, especially now that I quit my job.
Oh, did you tell Carol today?
Yes, and she's hired Darryl to take my place.
Darryl, but doesn't he have to go back to college in the fall?
Yeah, well, he thinks he can work on a part-time basis.
Well, then, so you're a lady of leisure.
That's right.
Not all that leisurely, though, Dad. You know, we're going to be looking for a house and getting settled down.
Oh, I wish you were working for Carol a little longer.
Oh, why?
I could use your help in figuring out some things.
Well, I thought that Raymond would be doing that.
I need all the help I can get.
Will you have to work long hours this summer?
Oh, well, I hope not, but Vic's resignation has created some problems.
Oh, who'll be looking after Sally when Emma goes back to the farm?
I've been thinking about that.
I hope it won't be a stranger.
Why doesn't Molly stay on to look after Sally?
Now, Charlene, we've talked about that before.
I know, Emma, but they get along so well. I'd be happy to pay Molly, Emma.
Well, I just don't think it'd be a good idea.
Emma, why do you object to it so much?
Well, I'm not sure that Molly's mature enough to take on so much responsibility.
Yeah, but you're never going to find out if you don't let her try.
And then she could stay here and go to Bay State in the fall.
Well, Bert and I have already talked about it, and he thinks she needs more supervision, too.
Em, I can spend a lot of time with Molly and Sally this summer, since I'm not working.
Charlene tells me that Molly doesn't want to go to college back home anyway.
Oh, it seems like she doesn't even want to go home at all.
Well, it's not good to force her against her wishes.
I guess you're right, Jim.
Charlene and I can keep an eye on her for you.
And Willis will be around to make sure everything's okay.
Oh, well, when is Willis getting back from California?
He told me tomorrow.
You talked to her?
He called right before I left the office. He's cleared up whatever he went to California for.
Oh, did he say what that was?
Just that it was something personal about the family, he said. Anyway, I'll be glad when he gets back. There's just too many things I don't understand at the office.
I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, well, that's all right. My mind was a million miles away anyway.
Could we talk for a few minutes?
Didn't you bring Marianne back from dinner?
Yes, she's doing some filing in Pam's office.
Oh, well, I've got to give her some folders to file.
John, it's Marianne that I want to talk to you about.
Something wrong with her?
Could we sit down here, please?
Yeah, you sit here, Liz. Now, you make this sound very serious.
It is.
What's it all about, Liz?
Do you realize what you're demanding of Marianne?
I'm not demanding anything.
Or perhaps you didn't mean to.
What are you getting at, Liz?
You know, she works here with you all hours.
Well, she insists on that. I don't.
She goes home, she fixes your dinner, then she takes care of the house, and she fixes breakfast.
Well, she wants to.
She doesn't leave herself any time of her own.
Look, Liz, I have talked to her about this. She likes to do it.
John, you must not let her do it.
Why are you so concerned?
But she's already lost Daryl's friendship because she didn't have any time for it.
She tells me that she's really not interested in him anymore.
Oh, why would she be so upset that Daryl's spending a lot of time with Molly Ordway?
I didn't realize that she was.
She wouldn't let you know it.
I suppose you're right. Well, thank you for coming to me with it, Liz. I certainly don't want my children to make sacrifices for me.
Encourage her to see people of her own age.
I will. Jamie Frame called. He wants her to go to a party tomorrow.
Oh, good. Make sure she accepts it.
Yeah, I will. She may resist the idea, though. She knows how short-handed I am here at the office.
Convince her this is not her problem. I mean, otherwise you're going to have a very unhappy lady on your hands.
Yeah. All right. Things right here will loosen up pretty soon once I get another lawyer to handle some of my cases.
Are you seeing anybody about that?
Yeah, Scott Bradley has recommended a young man who's just graduated from law school, but He won't be available to come in for an interview for several weeks.
Oh, I hope it works out, because Marianne really should use this summer to relax.
I'll see that she does.
John, you don't resent my interview?
No, Liz. No, I appreciate it.
Good. Well, I'll be on my way then.
Did you have a nice dinner?
Yes. We ran into Beatrice and Jim at Tall Boys.
Yeah, Jim told me he was going to be over there.
Yes, they were waiting for Alice, but Alice hadn't showed up by the time Marianne and I had left.
Well, she has a lot to do at her office now.
Yes, so Jim said. Well, I better rush if I'm going to catch Pat tonight.
Pat's not home, Liz.
Have you talked to Pat?
No, but I understand she's gone to New York on a business trip for Mackenzie Corey.
I wonder why Jim didn't mention that to me.
Slipped his mind.
Oh, no, everyone keeps secrets from me.
Well, it's certainly no secret that Mac Corey has given Pat greater responsibility.
Does it bother you?
Well, she seems to enjoy it, at least according to Scott.
But you know, she wouldn't, John, if she had her family back together.
Oh, Liz, please. It's difficult enough for me to deal with this without you constantly reminding me of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take these things to Marianne.
How do you take your coffee, Beatrice?
Oh, none for me, thank you.
Oh, Jim?
Oh, just black, thanks.
Here we go.
All right, thank you.
Are you sure you won't change your mind, Beatrice?
What?
Beatrice, you want to go home soon?
Oh, no, not till I know Sally's safe and sound.
Oh, we should stop fretting about that.
Well, shouldn't they be home by now?
Well, they may have stopped off to get an ice cream.
They shouldn't have taken Sally with them in the first place.
Oh, she was so excited about going. I just didn't have the heart to say no.
Beatrice isn't blaming anyone, Emma.
Oh, and Darryl thought it might be his last chance to see Molly.
Well, then you'll have a real surprise for him when he gets here.
Okay, Alice, I'll tell him.
Tell us what?
Alice wants everyone out on the terrace because it's such a beautiful night.
All right, then let's take our coffee out there.
Why don't you all go on ahead? I'd like to talk to Emma for a minute.
All right.
Please tell me when Sally comes home.
Oh, don't worry. You'll hear her when she does.
It's all right.
Charlene, do you want to talk to me about that?
I just wanted to make sure that nobody will hear us.
Oh, well, let's sit here on the steps, then. You've been pretty quiet this evening.
Willis called Carol from California today.
Well, does that surprise you?
You don't understand, Emma. He spoke to me when I answered the phone, and he brought up all that stuff about San Diego again.
But you just can't let him get to you.
He's bringing somebody back to Bay City with him.
Well, you said that the other day, but you don't have any proof.
He asked Carol to reserve a suite at the Bayview Towers.
Oh? Who for?
She doesn't know. But he's dug up someone who knows all about me.
Oh, now, honey, you can't be sure of that.
He said that some of his old Navy buddies from San Diego want to see me again.
Oh, now, he wouldn't bring them here.
He's going to tell Russ everything.
Oh, Charlene. You just imagine.
Oh, Emma, why else would he go to California?
Then you've just got to beat him to it.
What do you mean?
You've got to tell Russ the truth, so Willis can't use it against you.
Emma, Russ would never forgive me.
Oh, of course he would. He doesn't care about mistakes that you made so many years ago.
Well, I can't risk it.
Well, you're going to have to, sooner or later.
Emma, I don't know how I can face things after you go home.
Oh, honey, I'm not going to be that far away. And if Willis starts anything, I'll come right back here and put a stop to it once and for all.
Hey, Dad. Oh, gee, they look good.
But no thanks.
Yes, they really do look good, Louise.
One at a time, okay?
I've got to compare them, don't I?
Oh, thank you, Louise.
Excuse me, Mrs. Corey.
Yes, Brooks.
I'm leaving now to pick up Mr. Corey at the complex.
Good. Hurry back.
Fine. Bye.
Bye. Can you stay until he gets back?
Shall I leave the canopies, Mrs.
Oh,
Corey?
yes, do. I'm sure that Gil will be able to finish them up.
There's somebody who really understands.
Well, can you stay?
I don't think so, honey.
I'm sure Angie wouldn't mind taking care of Nancy just a little longer.
Oh, come on. Mac will probably want to be alone with you. He's leaving tomorrow.
Well, this is your last time to see him for a while, too. Is he going to be in New York that long? Well, he's going straight from New York to Chadwell to the library dedication. Who's taking Jamie to Chadwell? We hope Willis will.
He's still in California, isn't he?
Yeah, but we still have some time to work it out.
Does Max going to New York have anything to do with Iris being there?
No, it's just a coincidence.
But he knows she's there, doesn't he?
We both do. Mac has no interest in seeing Iris anymore. Excuse me. Hello? No, operator. Mr. Corey isn't back yet. Yes, we expect him any minute. Can I take a message? Right, okay. Just a minute. Let me get a pencil. Okay, go ahead. He's to call his, New York phone. Asked to speak... Who? No, it's all right. I've got it. Right, I'll give him a message as soon as he gets in. Thank you.
What's the matter?
Well, Mac didn't tell me that Pat Randolph is staying in his townhouse in New York.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World. And on most of these same stations, stay tuned for romance, suspense, and drama on Somerset.
Seems to be going through a crisis of some kind.
Well, it must be serious if she's not coming to work.
I suppose we'll learn of it eventually.
Well, I've got some important things to think about.
Would you like to talk to me about it?
Yeah, sit down.
All right. What is it, darling?
Mary Ann called me today and told me she's moving back into the house with Dad.
Right.
Was that your suggestion?
No, she brought it up, but I think it's a good idea.
You won't mind being alone in your apartment?
Well, I think your father needs her company more right now.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, too.
You know, she makes sure he gets a good meal in the morning and help pick up the house.
She's going to be carrying a full class load, you know.
Yeah, but I think she can do both for a while.
Well, I'm going to help her.
I'm sure you'll come by from time to time.
I'm moving in.
Are you leaving Grandpa's house?
Yeah, I talked to him about it today at breakfast.
I'll bet he was all for it.
He wants me to do what I think is best.
Well, if you're asking me, I want you to do what's best for you.
Someday soon, all three of us are going to be in the house with Dad.
Marianne talked to you about that?
Yeah, it came up.
Michael, don't hope for something that may not happen.
Wait, you don't want us all together?
Your father is still married to Olive.
Well, come on. Mommy's going to be free from her any day now.
If she'll set him free.
Are you kidding? He's got evidence so he can divorce her hands down.
But you know what that woman is capable of.
Greg will make sure she doesn't take Dad for a ride.
Greg may not be able to handle Olive.
What are you talking about?
Michael, just look at things the way they are. She is living in that big house that he spent thousands, a fortune on.
So she'll move.
No. You know, I'll bet she'll force him to give her the house and an income to go with her.
She can't. He has evidence that proves she was unfaithful.
Sweetie, you know, I just feel that that's what's going to happen.
You're using Olive, so you won't have to make up your mind.
I can tell you've been talking to Marianne.
I don't have to talk to Marianne. It's clear as day.
Gee, things are a lot clearer to you and Marianne than they are to me.
Do you love Dad?
Michael, what a...
Well, you led him to believe that you did in that hospital room.
Honey, I wanted him out of there.
And that's all?
Michael, I don't know how I feel about anything right now.
All right. All right, we've all gone through a rough time. There's no need to rush anything.
Thank you.
Marianne and I want our parents to be as happy as they were.
Darling, your father and I were not all that happy.
Yes, you were.
Oh, you believed that because your father and I never wanted you to know when things went wrong between us.
Are you talking about Barbara Weaver?
I don't want to talk about all the mistakes your father made.
But you still hold him against him.
I want to talk to you about all this, Mike.
All right. I guess that's the way it's going to have to be. But we'll get back to it. Bye.
That covers the whole client list, Greg.
There is one more thing we should discuss, John.
What's that?
You have to return the Britton's down payment on your house.
Oh, that hasn't been done yet.
No. Mr. Britton said he would wait until you were free from custody.
John, do I have enough money in my bank account to cover that?
Professor Britton said he would accept monthly payments, John.
John, I looked at a schedule for you.
Well, it seems reasonable enough.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, Alan.
Am I interrupting?
Oh, great. What's on?
Forget about it, Alice. How are you?
I'm fine. It's so good to see you back in your office.
Well, it's wonderful to be here. I assure you.
I know. Where are you living?
Well, Greg was able to buy back the house from the people who had bought it.
That's great. Are you living alone?
No, Marianne moved in with me yesterday.
Oh, good.
So I'm not as lonely as I thought I'd be.
Who knows, maybe you and Pat will be back together soon.
Well, we've mentioned it, but...
You two obviously have some things to discuss.
You were saying?
Well, it's hard to pin Pat down about our future right now.
Do you know why?
She feels it is kind of pointless as long as I'm still married to Olive.
Well, I assume you're not going to be married much longer, right?
Well, Greg and I are working on a suit, a divorce suit, right now.
Is Pat aware of that?
Yeah, but she thinks that Olive will make things difficult for me.
Well, I know Olive sure did take Ray for all she could get.
I'm well aware of that, Alice.
Oh, John, I tell you, we'd both be so much better off if Olive and Ray had never gotten a divorce.
And I'm certainly not going to let Olive stand between Pat and me any longer.
I'm glad to hear that. Well, anyway, I'm here to talk to Greg about my marital situation.
Well, I'll leave you two then. It won't be long, I hope, Alice, before we're both members of the same family again.
I hope so.
See you soon.
Bye. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into a whole family discussion.
Please don't apologize. I'm very concerned about John and Pat, too.
Is there a reason for concern?
Well, I really shouldn't say.
I'll talk to Pat.
Now, about that divorce action of yours.
Yep. Now, you have followed up on that since we talked last.
No, you asked me to wait until you got back to me.
I did?
Don't you remember?
Oh, I don't know. There's been so much going on.
You were going to discuss it with Willis again.
Well, I think that might have been a mistake.
How do you mean?
I just put Willis in an awkward position by waiting so long to start proceedings.
Willis has been aware of the situation ever since Ray left Bay City.
I don't know if that's true.
You've hinted that he doesn't want you to divorce Ray now.
I don't know if he knows what he wants right now.
What about you?
What do you mean, what about me?
You changing your mind about getting a divorce?
Greg, I have told you I want to be free from Ray no matter what happens with Willis and me.
Would it help if you and I met with Willis?
Well, that's impossible. Willis is in Chadwell.
He's gone away?
Yep, after I talked to him the other day.
I don't understand.
Well, I don't either, but I want my divorce in the works by the time he gets back.
Much of you since I've been staying here with Rachel.
No. How's she doing, by the way?
Oh, she's just great, but I wish you'd called before you came all the way over here.
Wait, what's the matter?
Well, nothing, but she's taking a nap, and I don't want to wake her up.
Oh, well, that's okay. It's really you I want to talk to anyway.
Oh, all right. Well, hang up your coat, all right?
Yeah.
And maybe Rachel will be awake by the time you're ready to leave.
That'd be nice.
You want some coffee or something?
No, Thanks anyway. Just go on with what you're doing here.
Okay, I gotta get this roast in the oven. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you know, I just can't figure Willis out.
What else is new?
Well, if the truth be known, it's really Vince that's confusing me now, Ada.
Vince? Why?
Yeah, Vince. You see, he talked me into going along with something that I never should have.
Like what?
Well, he had this plan, you see, of making Willis deliberately jealous.
What kind of plan?
Well, you see, he took me to a place where he knew that Willis would see us together, and...
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, and I pretended to be interested in Vince, you see.
Oh?
But,
Well, the whole thing backfired.
How?
Because Willis took off. He went to Chadwell.
On account of you and Vince?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So Vince's plan worked?
No, not really.
Well, isn't Willis jealous of it?
I don't know, Ada, but, you see, Vince is becoming a problem.
Why?
Well, because he's getting seriously interested in me.
Well, maybe he's just putting that on, you know, for Willis.
Oh, no. He may have... Well, he was pretending at first, but he's not now, you see.
Maybe he wasn't pretending at first.
Ada, I don't want him interested in me. I really don't.
Angie, you can't just turn these things off and on, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm beginning to realize that.
Don't you like Vince?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Vince. But I love Willis.
Could be you picked on the wrong brother.
Ada.
Look, come on. We both know that Willis, isn't exactly easy to trust.
Ada, don't you start criticizing Willis.
Well, come on. I mean, he's played a lot of dirty tricks on some people, and he could do it again.
I'm not going to just stand here and listen to you.
Now, wait a minute. Will you just stop? You came all the way out here to talk to me, so talk to me. We're friends, aren't we?
Yeah, we're friends. Just don't knock Willis.
I don't want him to hurt you.
Oh, he doesn't mean to do that.
He dropped you for Alice.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't love Alice.
Well, then what kind of a game is he playing?
You know something, Ada? You've never liked Willis.
Oh, well.
And so therefore you can't understand him. Right.
Well, some people are kind of tough to understand, you know?
Okay, let's just drop it.
Vince could get hurt, too.
Yeah, I know. I don't want that to happen.
You know, he's, the only one of the friends I ever met who I thought was maybe on the level.
Now, you're just saying that because he's different. He's different than Steve. He's different from Willis.
Look, Steve and Rachel made each other miserable for years, and you and Willis could do the same thing.
Why are you telling me all this?
Well, if Vince really cares about you, why don't you give him a break?
You know something? I shouldn't have come over here.